we go. And welcome to our first showdown of BigJon's card tricks. This on the Matthew side. And Mario who's not here. Okay, he's right behind me. Hey guys, it's 9:48 p.m. on my side, 7:48 p.m. on this side. On December 4th, still which when new Mario Kart game is released, so buy that if you can. And once again, our first showdown of BigJon's card tricks, and I'm gonna win.
All right, and let's open it up.
Yes, it back to that.
Try to... should I say Mario or Alex? Okay. Okay. First question is to me. We asked 100 married men. Did they think this is the woman for me? The first time they laid eyes on his wife. How many of these 100 men said yes? They thought the same thing. Oh wow! I think that's going to be pretty high because when they find someone, they're mostly centered on that girl and not even thinking about the other. So I'm going to say that's high. I'm going to say for 77 of them. 77.
Lower.
And Mario thinks it is?
Lower, because I don't know how much. It could be pretty high, but a little low. Tiny bit lower, because...
Okay. The actual number of these men who said that their woman is right then for them is 43. It is a lot lower. Okay, Mario, your card is a 9.
Change it.
Changing that 9. I don't blame him. That 9 changes to a 6.
Higher.
Higher than a 6? It's a 10.
Lower.
Taking a chance. Lower than a 10? It's an 8.
Lower.
Oh, taking that chance. Lower than an 8? No, it is a 9! My card is a 4. I cannot change it. I have to play it. I'll go higher. Higher than a 4. Yes, a 10. Lower. Lower than a 10? It's a 9. I'm going to freeze. Okay, we're freezing, and I'm halfway there. Not let Alex have a chance at them. Alex, this question is for you. We asked 100 male fashion models. Is it important that the woman they date be good looking? How many of these 100 male fashion models said yes, it is important that the woman they date should be good looking?
You said I'm not, Alex.
Or Mario, rather.
Yes. Okie dokie. I think that's going to be a lower. I don't have any reason, but it's not important. Well, you think to be good looking, oh, that's a high number. That's going to be 50.
50. 50.
50.
Okay. So I think it's going to be higher or lower than 50. I'm going to say higher. The actual number of these male actresses that is 74. And I can play the 9 or I can change it. I would like to change it. Okay, we're changing that 9 and that becomes it's a 4. Okay, I'm going to go higher. Higher than a 4? An 8. I'm going to freeze again. Okay? Third question. Question I believe is at me. We asked 100 millionaires, have you been turned down for a credit card? How many of these millionaires said yes, they have been turned down for a credit card? Oh boy, that's got to be pretty low because I don't know. I think a millionaire is practically an icon in the industry. So I'm gonna say. Let me put a couple more of these up here. Okay, there. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, perfect. Okay, how many of these millionaires have said they've been turned down for a credit card? I don't think that's going to be too high. I think that's going to be 24. 24 of them. Mario, do you think it's higher or lower?
That's lower than 24, because we're not millionaires. They don't get turned up by their credit card.
So you think it's lower then? The actual number of these millionaires who have been turned off for a credit card is only 6. It is lower. Now, Mario, you can play the 6 or you can change it.
Change it this time.
Okay, changing that 6. And that 6 becomes a queen. That's a great card.
Lower.
Lower than a queen. Oh no, it's another queen. Now I cannot change the 8. I gotta make the right call. Lower. Lower than an 8? No, it's a 10!
Yay!
Fourth and final question, someone must win on this play of the cards. Mario, we asked 100 people. We asked 100 men in Portland, Maine, have you chopped firewood? How many of these 100 men said yes, they have chopped firewood?
That's a pretty low number. 10.
10. I think that's got to be way higher than that, because I'm sure that they chop a lot of firewood in Maine. The actual number of these men who have chopped firewood is 77. It is much higher.
I didn't know.
Okay, now I can play the 8 or change the 8 if I choose to play it, or I can pass it to Mario, and if he does not, and he has to run the table. I think I'm going to change that 8. Okay, and that 8 becomes a 6. Ooh, didn't work out. But I'm gonna say higher. Higher than a 6 for the first game. No, it is a 5, and Mario wins. Round 2. We're going to deal out the cards. 5 each. I have to win this game if I want to start a run. The first question is to me. We asked 100 women. Did you lose weight first before buying some new clothes? How many of these women said yes, they lost weight before buying new clothes? Well, I think that's going to be pretty high, because if you're going to buy new clothes, I mean, you got to lose something like 10, 15 pounds. And I personally hope that they didn't use those diets, because that doesn't work. But I'm going to say that's going to be high. I think I'm going to go for 63 of them. 63 said they lost weight before buying new clothes. Mario, what do you think?
Lower.
Thinks it's lower. The actual number of these women who lost weight before buying new clothes is 22. It is much lower. Now, Mario, your first card is an ace.
Lower.
Lower than the ace? It's a jack. Lower? Did you say lower?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Lower than a jack? Oh no, it's another jack! My first card is a 7. Higher. Higher than a 7? No, it's another 7!
Just wait until I get to the money.
100. Now, the question is at me. We asked 100 people. Did you have such a great dream that they try to go back to sleep just to see how it would turn out? How many of these 100 people said yes, they would go back to sleep just to see how it would turn out?
Wait, that's my question.
Did you see it? I thought it was to me.
No. That was your last question. Was yours.
Oh, okay. Mario, that's you. How many of 100?
25.
25 would go back to sleep just to see how it would turn out. And I'm going to say higher. The actual number of people who would go back to sleep to see how their dream turned out is 92. It is much higher. Now I am going to change that 7. Changing the 7, and that 7 turns into a 9. Not how I wanted it. Let's go lower then. Okay, lower than a 9? It's a 5. I'll take a chance. Higher. Higher than a 5? It's a jack. Lower. Lower than a jack? Oh no! It's a queen!
I got it. It's a jack. You mean king. I said queen. Anyway, lower.
Lower than the ace? It's a king.
Lower.
Lower than a king? It's a 10.
Lower.
Lower than a 10? It's an 8. Gonna freeze it. Okay. Okay. This question is to me. We asked 118-year-old girls, have you been in love with at least 3 different guys in the past year? How many of these 18-year-old girls said yes, they have been in love with at least 3 different guys in the past year? That's gotta be low, because I think if it's love at first sight, you're not gonna look for anyone else. You only have eyes for that one person. And I'm gonna say 36. 36 of 118-year-old girls said that they were in love with 3 guys in the past year. Mario, what do you say?
This means lower. When I'm upside down, that means lower. Well, I like being upside down. Lower.
Okay. Thinks it's lower. The actual number of 18-year-old girls who have been in love with 3 different guys in the past year is 21. It is lower. Now, Mario, you can play off the 8 or change the 8, or you can pass it to me and I have to run the table.
Wait, this isn't the final question.
It is the final question. Or no, oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, you're right, I'm sorry.
Change it.
Okay, you're going to change that 8. Changing the 8 to a 7. No, not quite what we were hoping for.
Lower. If that's any higher
For the second game in the match, lower than a 7? No, a 10. I'm going to say lower. Lower than a 9? It's an 8. Lower. Lower than an 8? Oh no, another 8. The fourth and final question, someone must win on this play of the cards. Question is to Mario. We asked 100 third grade girls, did you want to be a boy for a day? How many of these 100 third grade girls said yes, they'd want to be a boy for a day?
Oh my god, that is so low. That's gonna be 5.
5 of these third grade girls said they would want to be a boy for a day. That's gotta be, I think it's a little higher. The actual number of third grade girls who want to be a boy for a day is 17. It is higher. Now I can play it or change it, or I can pass it to Mario, and if he goofs, he cannot change the card. If he goofs, I am back in this thing. I am going to pass. Mario.
Lower.
Lower than a 7. For the game and the match. Lower than a 7. No, it's another 7! We are going to sudden death. 3 questions, 3 cards each.
I'm back.
3 cards will be dealt out. First question to me. We asked 100 single women. Have you been insulted to be with the man at a party as a showpiece? How many of these 100 single women said yes, they'd be insulted, or would you be insulted to be with the man at a party as a showpiece? How many of these single women said yes, they'd be insulted to be with the man at a party as a showcase? I think that's gonna be pretty high, because I don't think they want to dress up in sexy clothes just so a guy can ooh and ah. So I'm gonna say, oh shoot, I'm gonna say 55. 55 would say that they'd be insulted. Mario, is that higher or lower?
Lower. I'm upside down and I like it.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Lower. The actual number of these women who'd be insulted is 43. It is lower. First card is a queen. Do you want to keep it or change it?
Lower.
Lower than a queen. It's a 6.
Higher.
For the game and the match. Higher than a 6? No, it's another 6. My first card is a 10. I cannot change it. I did not win the question, so I have to go lower. Lower than a 10, a 7. Freeze. Okay, second question. Mario, we asked 100 dog owners. Said, has your dog ever seen you naked? Or no, how many of these dog owners said yes, their dog has seen them naked?
Oh my God, that's low. That's about 25.
25 of these dog owners said that their dog has seen them naked.
One more thing. I hope you don't win.
Oh, shut it. I think
What?
it's...
Oh, I'm going to kick the camera.
Oh, I think it's going to be higher. The actual number of these dog owners who said that their dog has seen them naked is 68. It is much higher. Now, I'm going to change the 7. You're going to change that 7. That 7 has turned into a 9. No. Lower. Lower than a 9. It's a 6, and I win! And I will play the money cards. Mario, thank you for playing. Now, our first card is a 6. So we'll start off with a 6. Let's change that with number 2. Changing that 6, and that 6 becomes a jack. Okay. Let's go for $100 lower. $100 lower than a jack. It is a 7. $50 higher. $50 higher than a 7. It's a king. Let's go for all of it lower. All of it lower than a king. It's a jack. Now, I'm out to 700. I'm giving an extra 400. That gives me $1,100. And I'm going to keep the jack. And I'm going to go for $400 lower. 400 lower than a jack. It's a bonus chance. And now I have 2 chances to win the jackpot. Let's replace the card. And I'm going to stick with the bet. I'm going to stick with the bet and go lower. 400 lower than a jack. It's a 3. $1,500. I'm going to go for all of it higher. All of it higher than a 3. It's an ace. All of it lower. All of it lower than an ace. It's a queen. $6,000. This is a big bet, or I must risk at least $3,000. And I'm going to go for all of it lower. All of it lower than a queen. A 9! $12,000.
No.
And now I have 2 chances to win the jackpot. Find the card with the $sign, and I'll win $30,000. Now, a reminder, my total is a little bit higher because I tried an off-camera game to test this out earlier. So I have 2 chances, and I'm going to go with number 1. No, it's not behind number 1. Let's do number 5. Is it behind number 5? It is not. It was 4. I was 1 too many. So next time the jackpot will be worth $40,000, but I did win $12,000, and I will get to start a run for this game. And I'll see you guys for showdown number 2. And I want to thank Mario for being a worthy opponent.
Thank you so much for playing in my game.
And I wanted you to lose.
And I'll see you guys for that next game.